Welcome back to Cape Chronicle. I'm Alix Gasser. Joining me now is Doc Cain, owner and operator of Port Cape Girardeau. Welcome to the studio, Doc.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you guys have been just a pillar in Cape Girardeau for forever, it seems like. So tell me about Port Cape.
Well, I've been pretty fortunate. Restaurant started in 1974, and I bought it in 1988. And so we just celebrated our 50th anniversary as a restaurant, which is pretty impressive in today's market or any business really. So, but we're very fortunate to have been on that corner for quite some time. Our building has a tremendous amount of history to it. Our abstract dates back to a Spanish land grant in 1798.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We think the building actually was built in 1836 because there was a big spike in the property taxes. And so we think that building's been there in that form since that time, which would be over 150 years.
Wow, that
Absolutely.
is crazy.
It is crazy. It is. It is crazy.
So do you still find things in the building where you're like, oh my gosh, this
Yeah, well,
is
we
old.
haven't found any time capsules yet. The whole thing's a time capsule, so it's not like, we're going to find it. If it's there, we're living in a time capsule. But the architecture and the making of the building, 12 by 12 joist, 5 brick thick walls, all of those things are there. Elevator that was put in 1903, still there. We don't use it anymore because we've turned it into an ice cream parlor, but in the wheelhouse, which is one of our banquet facilities there, you can look up and see all of the gear works from that elevator system. And when we moved that up to make that space, there was a brake on it, and it's like it just was working yesterday. It just came right down, no hitch or anything. It had big ropes on it, and just came right down as smooth as could be. So that helped us complete our project, and so it's a lot of history there for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna go a little off here. Is it haunted?
Of course it is. Several people say it's haunted.
Okay.
Now, I have been in there by myself sometimes, and the hair will stand up on the back of my neck, but I don't know what causes that. But a lot of people think that it is haunted. I've had several offers from Ghostbusters and series like that want to spend the night in the restaurant, and I'm just not necessarily all about that. But
Yeah.
but we have had offers, and yes, a lot of people say that it is haunted.
Oh wow. I mean, with it being as old as it is, but I know we're here to talk about food, so.
Luckily, we do that too.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit more about, because I know we've mentioned an ice cream parlor, and I know you guys have awesome barbecue, and then you've got banquet spaces. So tell me more about the restaurant.
Well, it takes all of it in this day and time, quite honestly. If you're going to be in the restaurant business, it doesn't matter how small or how large you are, you really have to be paying attention. But we are fortunate that we run a restaurant 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Before the pandemic, we did do breakfast, and we shall never do that again. But we were ambitious and did breakfast. But we are open for lunch 7 days a week and dinner. We do catering. We do have 3 banquet facilities that we operate. We have a full bar. We have live music every Sunday night.
Oh, I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, we do 5 shows a year with the River City Players, which is our fantastic community theater group. Dinner shows and dessert shows with them. We do catering as well, and so it takes just about all of it to make it go these days, and fortunately for us, we're still viable in all those areas.
Wow. I mean, that's just amazing. And you said 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary. We just celebrated that in December or November, the 1st of November. And so we had a big celebration down there, and we had live music, and people came. We had a big feed. We gave some things away, and we had some commemorative items, and it was recognized by the community. And so that was a really great feeling. We just, in part of the restoration of the restaurant, we just restored the new Coca-Cola sign for the second time. We did not do the first one, but we got to do the second one with the help of Coca-Cola. And so, it's just a very unique structure, and it has a lot of Cape Girardeau's history is included with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you guys are keeping kind of that old, but then also moving with the times, because I think it's wonderful to meld the two together.
Absolutely.
And, it's so important, especially for the history of Cape Girardeau. So someone who miraculously hasn't been to Port Cape, what's a menu item that they have to try?
You know, we do specialize in barbecue. There's no doubt about that. We have 2 Old Hickory pits that at least one of them runs 24 hours a day. So for us, we say that we don't have a dog on the menu at all. So all of our items are great, but if you're coming to Port Cape Girardeau and it's your first time in, you need to get our Bel Air potatoes, which is a casserole dish that we have served for forever. And probably our biggest selling item in a barbecue realm is our pork.
Okay.
Most definitely. But we do just about as much brisket these days too. We sell 2 types of ribs. We sell what's called our dry rub rib, which is a larger rib, and then we sell baby backs as well. And for us, you know, the barbecue recipe is really, you can do a lot of things with meat, and there's different cuts of meat that work very well for barbecuing. But the elements are like, what do you cook with, what type of heating source, because that imparts flavor on the product, if you marinade, and then of course your seasonings, and then of course your sauce. So, and they're different all over the country, and everyone has their own specialty. And of course, you know, we go to great lengths. We were talking earlier before this came on, so I was saying, don't ask us about our seasoning recipe. And I get that, because we all, you know, we all have different things, and we're just not going to tell you that. So,
Yeah.
but probably our barbecue pork is our go-to.
Okay.
But we, like I said, we sell classic American cuisine, so we sell an awful lot of catfish. Our wings are killer. We do all types of wings, smoked wings, fried wings. So we have a wide variety on our menu, and try to appeal to as many people as we can.
Awesome. And where are you guys located, so that someone, again, who hasn't been to you guys at this point, where can they go to get your awesome
Exactly. We're right down on the riverfront at 19 North Water Street.
All right.
Absolutely.
And then you said you're open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week.
Lunch and dinner 7 days a week, we sure are. We just came back on Mondays about 6 months ago because, again, of the pandemic, which changed the landscape of restaurants and business as we know it for quite some time there. And, you know, it's coming back now, and you're going to see a lot more people who are doing more, but that really took everyone for a loop when that happened, when the pandemic came along. That was a very trying time.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on today to talk about Port Cape.
Well, thank you.